Marketing 101. Look at these guys, they still market Arby's, all this stuff. This is so important for your business. Don't forget to send out paper flyers. If they're doing it, you should be doing it. These guys are the masters, not Arby's per se. I would say McDonald's more so. But, you know, McDonald's is doing that, Burger King's doing that, so start doing that. These are the 5 things that almost bankrupted me. I wasn't experienced when I opened the store. I had, you know, very little business experience when I opened the store. I didn't have, you know, as much research as this channel provides on opening a small business. Wink, wink. If you want to subscribe, that would help. But yeah, we jumped in without knowing much, and these are the 5 big mistakes that I made personally that almost bankrupted me. And I know I've made this video in the past as well. This is an updated and probably added version to that. So yeah, unfortunately I didn't avoid these, and I hope you do. That's the whole point of this channel. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. We've owned this grocery store for about 5 years now, and that's all we do is small business and entrepreneurship on this channel. If you're looking for the inside scoop, you're at the right place. You can subscribe down below and join the journey that we're on. We've started a few other businesses along the way. This business has opened doors that we never thought we would be into, but that's what your first business does. Your first business is usually the business that introduces you to the entrepreneurial world. Then you start investing in this, you have your hands in a lot of different things. So this is the business that did that for us, and the channel that kind of followed it along its journey. So that's what I've been doing for 4 or 5 years, making videos on this channel. I set this camera up around the store so you guys get a feel on what this place looks like, what's going on, what kind of inventory we carry, the style of store we're in business with, and it's been going okay. The channel's growing nicely. I like to thank everyone who's subscribed to these off-the-cuff videos that we keep making. But yeah, they've been going good. I enjoy making them. I enjoy providing an inside scoop rather than all the highlights that you'll see on other business channels. You need to see the good and the bad. That's the whole point of showing you what it's like to be in business, especially retail. I mean, it's specified to retail, but we do a lot of other business related activities, and I show the inside scoop and the ups and downs, and that's what we need. I would love to just when I first started to be able to see what it was really like to own your own business, and take away all the glamour that you find online. But here we are today, and we're happy to have you on this channel, you right there. So number 1, let's get into it, is the biggest mistake you can make with a physical business, a brick and mortar business that needs walk-in traffic, is cheaping out on the location. If you spend very little money on your location, your lease, or you purchase a building, you will get exactly what you pay for. A shitty location. What do I mean by a shitty location? A location that has no visibility, doesn't need a business like yours, is kind of just out of nowhere in a place that doesn't really have much traffic at all, and that has no foot traffic. Those are the things that you need to watch when picking the location for your store. And of course, paying more for location is hard at first, but it will benefit you for the rest of your business's life. So if you really think about it, you're investing now into the future of your business forever by picking a good location. To give you an example, I'm in a spot that has very little competition for my business, is in a high income area because our store's prices, are a little higher than the big box stores. We really can't compete with them, and that's not what we do. We're conveniently located where people have to come to us if they are out of time or running out of something quick, or to do their full groceries. You're going to get a mix of both of those type of customers if you situate yourself in a place that doesn't have much competition for your business. We are in a place in a strip mall that it was already fairly busy and well known by the neighborhood, and is constantly used by this neighborhood of around 10,000 people. So you could say this area has already come to this plaza this much. By adding something convenient, they will also utilize your business. If they go to the hardware store, the Tim Hortons, you know, we're always visible to the customer, and eventually we hope to build those regular customers that are in this area, which we have over the 5 years. So that being said, you need to invest in your location. You need to be visible, you need to have foot traffic, you need to be tailored to the customer base that you're trying to attract. You're not going to open a high-end store in a low-income area. You're not going to open, you know, something that is already well saturated in the area. You need to focus on doing the research on who your customer is going to be and if they need you in that area. If they don't need you and you know you're not tailored towards the area, it's going to be much more difficult, even if you have the best products in the world, to really gain traction. Number 2 is your working capital, or basically how much money you have to start. If you do not have enough to cover you for the first lean year, this is one of the number 1 reasons people end up going bankrupt. They don't start with enough money. They think they're going to be profitable sooner. They think they're going to be busier sooner. They don't know exactly their expenses month to month, so they don't invest in their business by taking enough money to keep them afloat for at least a year. And I'm not talking just taking enough money out to do renovations and set things up. I'm talking enough money to keep you afloat, to pay every bill you have, employees, electrical, without considering your business will make a dime for the first year. Because most likely it will not be profitable in the first year. That's why I say you need to have enough money to float you through whatever renovations you have done, whatever equipment you need to keep you afloat for at least 1 year. So that was my biggest mistake. We literally almost ran out of money in the first month of business, but you know, things picked up and slowly worked their way up. We had enough money to kind of move around, and eventually things kind of stabilized. But that was one of our biggest mistakes. We did not expect the expenses that came with running a store like this. So here's a rule of thumb: everything will cost double what you assume it will, and everything will take twice as long to build out. This store was supposed to be done in 6 months. It took almost a year to fully set it up with licensing, permits, build outs, electrical, all of that stuff, and it cost me double what I thought and predicted. Now, this was our first business. It's still going okay. So obviously I was new. I didn't have the proper experience or research done, and you know, we really almost got hit hard with the reality of how much things truly cost to finish. The third reason that most businesses go bankrupt is they don't put their customer first. And what I mean by that is they start the business, they fall in love with the business, the glamour, the product, and they forget that the customer's needs should be 100% of their focus. When you fully understand that your customer's wants and needs are the life of your entire business, it literally doesn't function unless you can figure out what your customer truly wants. Then you take it to the next step and figure out what your customer will want, what they don't even know that they want yet. There are so many products that we themed together with other things, like these customers are buying a lot of this, they probably will buy a lot of this. They don't even know that this new product exists, but I know the customer so well that comes into this store that I know they will want to buy this. It doesn't work 100% of the time, but as you gain experience and figure out who your customer is, what they want, all their needs and necessities, then you realize you can try new things and have a better accuracy if those new products or inventory or items on the menu will work, because you know your customer even better. Businesses will fail because they don't focus on their customer, they focus on the business, and they stick to the same strict rules that they started with. They don't adapt, they don't, you know, focus on what the customer is suggesting, what they're saying. You really need to target that audience. Just like this channel, we target small business minded people. You need to find that niche that works for your store and build on that. If you don't, it's going to be a sad reality for you. So number 4 would be a lack of passion. If you don't have that passion driven enthusiasm for this business or any business, you will simply not follow through with the things you know you need to do in order to succeed. When you truly build a business around your passion, you develop a drive that is unmatched by anything materialistic, such as chasing money or chasing success. When you build your business around something you truly love, that is the only way you will give it 100% of your focus. With this laser focus, because you're passionate about your business, you will be able to overcome obstacles much better and with ease if you're only doing it to chase the money. If you're only doing something to chase the money, you will give up when it gets too hard much more likely than you will if it's your passion that is slowly building you wealth. Over the 5 years, I have seen so many people open businesses just to make money, and that is the focus of business, making money. But they didn't have any real passion on why they opened it. So they did all this, they took all this risk, they invested all this time strictly to make money when they didn't even want to do it. It just became another job that they had to go to every single day, that came with all the risk of opening a business just because they thought they would make money. So what was the point of opening a business? Just stick to a safe job. You'll probably end up making just as much at a good job as you will in a new business for the first 5 to 10 years. This is not what opening a business is about. Yes, you can get rich. There's no ceiling. That's beautiful. You know, you're your own boss. But what's the point of doing something you hate? And you chose to do something you hate. And last but not least, I've mentioned this many times on this channel, marketing. If nobody knows you exist, you will never grow your business. And the biggest mistake that I made was that I thought if I built this out, people would flock to it. I wouldn't have to spend any money on marketing. That was my biggest mistake for this store. It was so hyped up before we opened that I thought I would never need to touch $1 into marketing spend. That is not the case. You need to allocate a specific amount of money every single month to push towards marketing, because people are so fickle. I'm telling you, they'll forget about you week to week. This is why McDonald's and Burger King, even though they've been around forever, still spend millions of dollars every year on marketing. And you see them on TV, you see them in ads, you see them in flyers, coupons. I don't know if they still do radio ads, I doubt it, internet. These people have mastered the industries they're in with spending millions on marketing. So if they're doing it, you should be doing it too. If you want to be like them, then you probably should mimic what they're doing. You need to move like them. So my focus on marketing was still very narrow. I was only focusing on Instagram and Facebook and social media, when really my customer base is a bit older. So what worked better than that in my case was actual flyers at doors, door hangers, flyers, door hangers, newsletters for the first 6 months, just to keep the buzz going. And then, you know, social media helps a lot, you know, posting pictures of your business, posting pictures of new products. I suggest, you know, if you can put yourself in your marketing somehow, that works much better than just showing products. These are things, you know, we can get into in a future video. However, I'm telling you, you must spend money on marketing. It is one of the reasons why our store was very slow after that first 3-month honeymoon stage, because we were only focusing on the online world and not the offline world, which is often forgotten now. And in my business, I need that offline world because I'm trying to get people in the door from the neighborhood. Alright guys, I hope I provided you some value today. I really hope that, you know, you can avoid these mistakes unlike I did, and you know, have a very successful opening of your business, whatever it may be. I'm going to leave it at that today. Have a good night, and much success to you watching this.